So I had some clients come to town this week and they asked me about Airbnb. I told them that Airbnbs are not possible in all the condo complexes. It's going to be a slim search. Well, we did start out with 60 properties, but by the time we narrowed it down, we found only one complex that would allow an Airbnb in a short-term rental. They wanted this short-term rental because they wanted to be able to stay in their property part of the time. Most condo complexes have rules and regulations that allowed for 30 days, but not less than 30 days. So a 30-day minimum. So we went out and looked at some units, and here's what we found out. Number one, nobody wants to be your neighbor with an Airbnb. That's for sure. It's strictly about you trying to profit from the Airbnb. And I don't have a problem with it as long as the people are respectful and respect the neighbors. Number two, Airbnb, the company, they're not your friend. When Airbnb started out, everybody was making a lot of money with their Airbnbs because there wasn't a lot of competition. But now there is. Does Airbnb make their money by having more units available for rent or less units? Well, of course, it's more units. Their platform wants more units on it. The more units they get, the more fees they can charge, the more money they can make. So what does that mean if you're buying an Airbnb? Well, what it means is you're going to have more competition. In the past, when people were first getting into Airbnb, there weren't that many of them. In Arizona, when we had the Super Bowl this last year, I heard every single person thinking of renting out their place as an Airbnb to make a couple extra $1,000. Well, what did that mean? That meant that people put their home on the market or their condo up for rent, breaking the rules of the HOA in some instances, and looking for high dollar. Well, what they found is nobody was booking their place because everybody in their neighborhood had their unit on Airbnb. The only way you can get more clients on Airbnb if you have more competition in your area is lower your rates. And lower rates mean less money in your pocket. And less money in your pocket means, should I keep this property as a long-term rental? Or should I try Airbnb? With Airbnb, people are coming and going every day. When they're coming and going every day, that means you need more cleaning people, more repairs. There's a lot more wear and tear in general having a short-term rental. Now, all I'm saying in this video is that Airbnb is not as economically profitable as it once was. There's certain parts of Scottsdale that have gone up substantially in value because people could rent their place out for Airbnb. Well, what we're seeing in the last 3 to 4 years is that a lot of these properties are being put on the market and are being sold because they don't make money as a 12-month rental or a 6-month rental. Another thing is you have to provide furniture, and that's another expense. Services have gone up in price. It's costing a lot more now for cleaning people than it ever has. Cleaning people, handyman, materials. It's a lot more of an expense. So people that are professional Airbnbers, they know what to do. You have to keep your reviews up. You have to have someone close to the property that can respond to any issues that come up within the next 30 minutes to an hour. You have to get good reviews. You have to ask for reviews. You have to monitor your reviews. There's just a lot to it. It's not just simply buying a property, staging it with furniture, throwing it on Airbnb, and collecting high rents. The fees and expenses have gone up so much that now you may want to decide, if I can't make it as a long-term rental, then don't buy the property. And that's just one thing you need to keep in mind. So I'm not saying you can't be successful with an Airbnb. All I'm saying is the company is not your friend. They could come into your neighborhood and buy a whole apartment complex and turn the whole thing into short-term rentals, and then you're out of business. So just be diligent when you buy your unit. Make sure you're comfortable. If you had to turn it into a long-term rental, it still made sense for you. Otherwise, I would just recommend you look for another type of investment. Thanks for watching. Look at some of our other videos. Check out our website, and you can find out more about our social media by Googling Michael Smitty Smith Scottsdale. Please like the video, share it with your friends, and have a great day.